You're watching BCTV. We're all about Brantford. You're watching BCTV, Brantford Government Television, a service of Brantford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Brantford.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to good afternoon, the August 22nd, 2024 Board of Fire Commissioners meeting. First of all, call of order. I want to welcome our Commissioner, Uncle Don Conklin, to the board. Don actually served on the RTM for 10 years, and he was our Public Service Chair, and he helped this department out a lot to make it grow into where we are today, and we welcome you aboard, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome.
Welcome. I give him his assignment.
Yes, we already did.
Okay, good.
He's going to, so I should probably talk about that now. So we're making a couple, the change is going to be is that he is going to take over buildings, and Commissioner Hearn is going to move to training.
Okay.
So Commissioner Hearn will give the training report tonight and the building report. So Uncle Don will leave you alone for a while, okay? All right.
How many buildings will I have to know about?
We'll let the chief handle that.
Yeah.
Okay.
2.5, 3.
Right.
Currently have 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
not bad, right?
Should be gearing up for the Station 3 too.
Yeah, we don't forget the new building.
2027.
That's the one we have to take care of. We need that one bad.
Yes.
Approval of the minutes from the June 27, 24 meeting.
So moved.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so voted. All right. Committee reports, as you can see from the chief's report, by next week, we should be of 100% full run. And we actually talked to one of the, working on light duty right now, and the advertising for the 16 new EMT positions began on Tuesday. And I can let the chief talk more, because it's probably even better than we thought, but we're doing good. So that's a good thing.
We had a robust response at this
Oh,
point. So
wonderful.
We're hopeful that we'll have some high quality candidates.
Yeah,
The
it's-
timeline? I mean, roughly.
We purposely open-ended it, but we're gonna, if we get an overwhelming response, we're gonna shut it down. So we originally thought like a month.
Okay. And then from there,
Based on the response we've had, it might.
Yeah.
might be shorter.
I think-
It's been good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good.
Finance, Commissioner Riccio?
Yes. We just have some year-end transfers. Hope everyone has a copy of the transfers. Does anyone have any questions, first of all, on them?
I guess one thing I have, at the end of the day, Chief, we looked for extra money. We had to go for money for apparatus repair because where we were. Where are we positively in our budget?
So we went through two separate contingency transfers this year. One was for the Station 9 coverage,
Yep.
$250,000. The other was for repairs and maintenance for $70,000. At the end of the day, we're giving $43,000 back,
Which is great.
which reduced the amount that we asked.
But the 250 was actually budgeted. It was
Yes.
Just put in that bucket.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the overall, it's a negative 27,000 only because of our aging fleet, which with our call volume and what we did for
Yeah,
EMS.
we ran into a bunch of repairs this year,
Yeah.
which we had to outsource a lot of them. And, it's the cost of doing business. All of the transfers are within our budget. We will not be going back to contingency for the end of the year. So at we're really gonna end up giving back about $43,000 from our budget. And then I'm sure somewhere in there it talks about the ambulance revenue, which was robust
Yeah.
and exceeded what we had taxed for. So we're giving $538,435,000 in additional ambulance revenue. So when you subtract that from the contingency, right, we're on the plus side.
We're at about almost.
More to that fund balance stuff, right?
Almost about.
I looked
yeah.
at that today.
We're actually 300% up, right? Yeah. on that part.
Okay. Yeah.
Do we want to read them all?
No, that's what I was
I
just
don't
saying.
think we have to
I was
read
just
them
gonna
all.
do
We
the
have
total
one,
amount.
yeah.
So I'd like to put a form of a motion that we transfer $219,411 from, regular wages, medical, shift PT, overtime public events, vacation, holiday pay, special detail, education incentives, stipends, professional development, communications, and hydrants, to replace sick, accumulated sick pay, ambulance billing, other purchased services R&M, medical services, furniture and fixtures, membership, conference meetings, and transfer to Fund 203.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
And I would just like to note that other than the replace sick and accumulated sick pay, everything else is pretty much related to the call volume. So if we have
Right, I should have
extra
mentioned
call
that.
volume, we're
Yeah.
spending extra medical supplies.
Right, I'm sorry to mention that.
And then, of course, repairs and maintenance,
It's more wear and tear.
right,
Yeah.
so all of that is related.
Yeah.
And the overages are really a result of the vacancies in those accounts that we're paying replacements out of the overtime accounts.
Right.
I do expect hydrants to go up next year, only because of what's going on with the utility company in Pura. I think it's probably gonna happen, so we have no idea what's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
Right.
Did you increase that, the hydrants for fiscal year 2025?
Yeah, and
We did.
what we've been doing now is trying to, since probably the last 8 years or so, I've been tracking and use the average of the increases as our basis.
And this closes out 2024, the year ending.
Yes.
Yeah, 23, 24.
Yep.
Yep. Training, I'm going to defer to Commissioner Ahern.
So I had a brief conversation with our training officer. He wasn't aware of the change, so he didn't have a full report ready, but he did give me some of the
I
topics.
surprised them, I like doing that.
Yeah, we surprised him. And he promised next month to have a more comprehensive report. I don't doubt that. But some of the topics that they're covering this month, alternative hose stretches, rope stretches, lines over ladders, line up a ladder, things like that. They're doing new and existing pump operator training, driver training, passenger vehicle extrication, doing door pops, dash lifts and roll, roof removals, car on the side, et cetera, et cetera. They're also doing Mayday drills. And for anybody that listens to the fire department, you may hear that. They do that on 1 week during the month. The Mayday drills are for a trapped firefighter. And it gives you the practice of what could happen and how to remain calm during that very stressful situation, which we hope never happens. They're also doing some self-contained breathing apparatus training and some EMS training also. That's it.
Good, okay. Good job, and I see them out all the time out here, Region 7 or Region 1, so they're pumping.
The daily training.
Yep. Commissioner LaCroy, apparatus?
So pending work orders are down considerably. There's 9 presently pending work orders. There are 11 repairs that are presently in process. I have a quick overview of the apparatus. Now, engine 1 has returned to service. They had to replace a radiator in that. They also repaired a cracked booster tank, a water tank. So is that the tank that holds the 750-gallon tank? That's okay.
Yes.
So that had to be replaced.
No.
Repaired, okay. Engine 2 is currently out of service. They're diagnosing a leak, an oil leak in the transmission, an oil leak and a transmission issue. Car 6 is now, the new car 6 is now, and it sure is red. I saw it the other day.
Oh, it's definitely part of
Came out really
I
nice.
took 2 rides in it that night, 3 rides. First night it was on duty. Nice rig. You know?
New car 2 will be placed in service tomorrow.
Really?
So it's ready tomorrow.
Do you have a stripe on that, or no?
No.
No.
Okay.
The new car 1 is leaving for an upfit. And so, Chief, tell me a little bit about upfit.
That's all the emergency lights, sirens,
Gotcha, okay.
radio installation, iPad mount.
Are you getting the same sirens as car 6?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're gonna be heard now.
Yeah. And then the box in the back. For
Yeah.
the command module.
So tell me a little bit about that. So when we purchased that vehicle, aren't a number of things already pre-wired into it?
Just wiring is in the correct spots for where everything gets hooked up to,
Okay.
and then the flashing. The cars are so advanced now; they have the pre-wired for flashing lights and
Right.
things like that.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's an emergency services type package.
The medic unit is being referred right now. Which medic unit is that that's being referred?
It's Medic 4 being referred now.
Thank you.
It'll end up being Medic 2. But that is in the state right now. They're just finishing putting up third-party things in it, like the stretcher, power lift, and things like
It
that.
should be here first thing in the morning.
Okay. A new medic unit has been ordered. Delivery time is several months out. Do we have
You know,
several
We're still
4,
down.
several 6 months?
November.
Okay.
Not bad.
And the engine 1 has been pre-ordered, and it's a 1-year out order time, so the public knows that the commission moved to, because of the wait time for emergency vehicles, the commission had approved that we move forward and pre-ordered that, so that has been, all the specifications are complete, and we pre-ordered that. And then we're finalizing all the specifications on the replacement of engine 9. Is there a committee for that?
yes.
I'm gonna start thinking about truck 1 because truck 3 is going somewhere else, right?
So we actually are working on a plan for that.
Yeah.
Similar to what we did with engine 1, knowing that the build times are now 3 years out as opposed to a year out or 12 or 14 months. We know that's gonna be bonded anyways, so working on a plan to try to come up with this, a proposal for the Board of Finance to include that in a bond package so that we can get it in the books. Typically, it's a 6% increase every year, so if we get it in now, we don't have to pay for it until it's delivered. We need to get the order in to make sure we get it on.
Right, right.
And we're talking over $2 million now.
And it'll
for a
actually
truck.
save money by,
Not $1.5 million.
No, we're talking, no.
Well,
that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
It
Probably
is
2.2.
amazing how much.
Yeah.
So,
But we gotta be proactive on that and talk, you know, and look at the future, and we know we're gonna need it, so.
So in the past, I recall several different apparatus manufacturers swinging through the department on their way to a trade show, showing us a
There's no more,
The demos?
there's no more demos.
No more demos?
That's how we want
Because they
that.
can't,
Yeah?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
well, I remember, yeah.
they can't keep up with
2008.
the orders that they have now. And it was all, you know, it's a compounding problem from the COVID.
Yeah.
So we had the supply chain issues, the workforce issues, compounded with the ARPA money that flooded
Yep.
into the system. The orders have not slowed down.
Yeah.
So inflation,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything's,
So I guess now when you go to one of those trade shows, they just have pictures of fire engines?
No, they bring the
No,
ones
they
that are
still-
ready
Yeah,
to
they
be
bring
delivered.
them.
but those were the, like at the trade shows.
Yeah.
Like if we have a build that's gonna be delivered, they call you up and they make a deal with you to put your rig at the trade show.
Right.
Before you get it.
Gotcha.
So it's really,
Yeah.
you know,
Is engine 4 out of service too? Or is
it's
that
out of service right now because of the engine 1, engine 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's acting engine 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha, okay. So we have a backup over there. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, is there any advantage in partnering with another fire department, ordering two? You know, would you get a dish?
To get a discount, it would probably have to be more than that, but it's,
I asked because I was talking to a fire chief a few weeks ago in this small town in Pennsylvania. And he said, maybe we could get a discount if we put them together.
yeah, there usually is some type of.
But the problem is coordinating, you know, like the demand, you know, we need it now. It's like, as opposed to, you know, trying to find somebody else down. That's a great, you know, but we've tried.
There was probably
we
a point in
entertained
time
it,
where you
yeah.
could have gotten away with that. I don't think that's the case
Yeah.
anymore,
So-
based on what Chief Mahoney just said.
And we're so specialized.
In
yeah.
1998, they got a deal on engine 2 and engine 4. They were bought as twins, and they got a deal on it. Now, that becomes a problem now, because they both need to be replaced.
Well, he's saying with another town, but it's hard.
No, I know, with another
yeah,
town, too.
it's-
Yeah.
you know, unless we find
Especially with a ladder
yeah.
truck, that's hard.
I know.
Not everybody wants to buy a ladder truck.
No, they,
And I came from a place that,
I have to
you
look
know,
at the
we
sheet.
bought 3 trucks
I
at
don't
a
remember their
clip,
dates. I think they
we
were.
bought 2 in another clip, and the savings was not as spectacular as you think. There was not a huge savings. There used to be, not so much anymore. So.
And you're planning to keep the truck that we have?
So we're, for several reasons, having a spare is an advantage to the town when it comes to our insurance rating. The schedule per NFPA is 20 years. The truck's gonna be 20 years old, and then we can keep it for a spare for another 5 years, probably longer than that. Because like engine 2 and 4 that Jack just mentioned are 28 years old. They're still frontline
96.
pieces.
96,
They've really exceeded their useful life, but we're getting more out of them because they were volunteer pieces as opposed to. But what happens is that over that time, technology changes, safety features change, that kind of thing. So, but it would be my recommendation to take advantage of the fact that the truck's not in terrible shape. It's just older. So when we order the new one, we keep the other one, we get our spare, we can credit the ISO, and we're in better shape.
Yeah. Okay. EMS, Commissioner Fox.
Well, as the chief.
tell us the good news.
Well, the good news at the end of the fiscal year
Yes.
is $534,000 or more over our
Than what we,
projected revenue for the year. And then you're hearing it throughout every other report, the same theme
Yes.
about call volume and how frequently all the apparatus is being used. And so far, from July the 1st to August the 21st, there have been 818 EMS calls.
So that's, if you look at what we already, this is what we already bought in, or that's right, for this
Yeah,
already?
that's
No,
since this year.
This is
That's-
This is against our
on the door.
revenue.
That's 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do we, I mean, what was our comparison? Anybody have like an idea? I mean,
We're supposed to make, based on the projections, 2.5 million this year.
yeah, so I'm saying we're already at almost $400,000.
yeah.
Okay.
And our transport ratio stays roughly the same as it's
And
been.
we're gonna
all
have
along.
an EMS division that's gonna be, so.
Yeah.
This is the issue we're having.
I know.
It's no longer a small
I know.
town. We're
No,
So
no.
we had the
it's-
fire the other night over on Wilford Avenue. The resident next door ran over to warn the people, twisted her ankle, became a patient.
Yeah,
Currently all of our firefighters are committed to firefighting. We don't have the backup EMS. So in this new model that we're going to,
Yep.
We would have-
covering both and still have an ambulance available for whatever might happen because we called in Guilford for 2 calls out of it. The patient and another patient in a different part of town.
Yeah, I saw that Guilford transported that patient.
yeah, and then we had another call up in, right over here, right? Cedar Street, whatever.
It was
Yeah.
another medical call that came in separate from the fire.
But like I said, Jack, we're here to provide the service, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, but
It's
the
like-
volume is,
Yeah.
And I think we're doing pretty good trying to maintain.
I think we're working miracles.
Yeah, look at that. All right, Buildings, Commissioner Ahern. I'm gonna have you do it. Don does the next one. Uncle Don does the next one.
Yeah, I don't have anything other than, I see they were paving the other day out at the Sunoco station here.
Yeah, no, that's actually Brentford Fire Fuel. I filled up
Brentford
today.
Fire Fuel?
But it was empty.
Is that road open back there?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
is
open again, yeah.
I came in
yeah.
that way.
We're gonna sell roller dogs and lottery tickets.
Yeah.
That's good. It's not service yet though, is it?
The pedestal is about 2 weeks out, which is the brains,
Oh, yeah.
and that's just a back order thing.
What is the system, a card or?
Fob?
A fob.
Each employee has a fob.
Yeah. And then the rest of the town does too?
Yeah, the whole town.
Right.
Like, all the employees who are authorized to drive vehicles will have their own fob.
Gotcha.
So that when the employee leaves, they turn it off, get it back. If they don't get it back or it gets lost, they can turn it off.
Yeah.
And they can track.
Yep.
Not back in the olden days when the thing used to stay on, right?
Yeah.
It was at the town garage.
That was a problem.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Gasgate.
Yeah. Okay, I have nothing on pension communications.
There's nothing at this.
There's nothing to report right now, so. Nothing except everyone gets all the emails, all the accolades we get, so, you know, the thanks from the public to our
No.
firefighters, so. Chief?
All right, so we did finish our record year. Seems to be a theme that we don't go backwards, right? So 6,835 calls for fiscal year ending June 30th, 24. So far this year, we've done over 1,000 calls for the 2-month period, not even 2-month period. These tend to be our busier months. We're averaging over 20 calls a day, so that's a lot of call volume for this department. We finalized the MOA with Local 2533, and we began advertising for the new EMT positions. We are currently evaluating station alerting systems. We got a quote from our preferred vendor that was substantially more than when we initially investigated with them several years ago, but it was pre-COVID, and they were a newer company, so they were probably enticements. So we'll look at a plan, but we're gonna have to have a station alerting system for both NFPA and ISO standards. So this is the system that alerts the firefighters that there's a call, right? So that's important, and you're supposed to have a backup to that. So we're working on that. New gear lockers to meet the needs have been mounted at Station 9. They finished today. They look great. And that was a big thank you to DC Pepe, Captain O'Rourke, Captain Carson. They do a lot of extra work for us.
They're finally on the wall?
They're on the
Oh,
wall.
that's good.
Yep. Not only what was there, but the new ones.
Okay, good. Yep.
They are working on plans to, make everything work down there.
Yep.
Because it really wasn't designed for the use that we're going to put it through, but it will do the job we need it to do, so. And then, I don't know if you noticed in the garden outside, there's a platform that's been built for the new shed. Storage is at a premium. We have a lot of stuff stuffed in places that it shouldn't be, so all of our outdoor stuff will be in a shed. And again, that's various shifts doing extra work. When they can, fit it in when the weather's cooperating. It's been very rainy, but they're getting there. So I just want to give them a special thank you because that's really above and beyond their normal duties. Our annual 9/11 ceremony will be held here Wednesday, September 11th at 08:30 hours. And then just a couple of highlighted calls. We had a vehicle fire very close to a home on Breezy Lane. Quick response, prevented the extension, fire was extinguished. Same thing with Walden Green. That was a 22-unit apartment with common roof that essentially the common roof covered about 4 units, and it was in a bay that opened directly to the roof. So between the plumber doing, panicking and being able to keep it in check before we got there and us putting it out, it was kept from extending to the remaining building. So that was good. And then of course the other night we had the storms come through. while we didn't experience the devastation that they had out west, we had our own problems here. We had a fully involved garage fire. Engine 1 was actually out searching for the fire along with the police. There was a lot of calls for smoke in the area. It was probably a smoldering fire for a while. The weather kept everything low. It was wet and diffuse, so the smoke was kind of everywhere. We had the right area, but we just couldn't find it. And matter of fact, it was Cato's kids, Greenberg, that kept smelling it. They lived behind. They started to look around. They found the fire and reported it via 911. So we got there. It was well involved. Kept it from extending again. And everybody did a great job. But that's where we did have one resident that was injured, trying to warn the occupants of the Neenah house. We treated that patient on scene and then Guilford transported. That's my
Good job.
chief's report so far. We've been working on a lot of the logistics for this upcoming expansion, but it can't come too soon. We really are beyond where we need the help.
Yep. Good
So,
job.
I'd just like to compliment both the union and you for getting that MOA done, because it's not an easy thing to do, and, you know, I work with a lot of towns now that would never happen in the time you got it done, so good job.
It was a great job.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I will say that, you know, we started talking to the union as soon as we started this planning process. We look at them as a partner, not an adversary. We have common goals, right? There's obviously things where we're not gonna agree on, but our main goal is we look at the mission of this department and how we're gonna accomplish the mission. And they were a partner all along. We had a lot of back and forth dialogue, and to your point, when the time was ready to get this done, most everything had been worked out ahead of time.
Excellent.
Yeah, good job.
Good stuff.
We thank them. Yep.
Yeah.
It was great. It was seamless. That's what was nice. It was good. Assistant Chief? What was that?
We've been working, well, I've put most of my effort into transferring the payroll system over from One to First Due, which is our primary records management system now. Pretty big undertaking. We're gonna go live September 1st. So now we basically consolidated our technology vendors. So we're kind of doing most things on one platform now. Then we're able to lose one of them, which equals some savings at the end of the day. So that's been going very well, and I'm not even sweating it at this point for the transition. I think things are going well.
Good.
So again, that was a very understated statement. Ryan, for his short hair, has been pulling a lot of it out. I must say, this team has done a phenomenal job in getting, this is no small undertaking. We don't have a lot of IT support for these kind of deeper dives into the platforms that we're using. And he's had to do a lot of learning on the job and done a great job. Not just Chief Kozak, but Chief Kujma and Chief Stackpole and several others who are involved in the technology deep dives that makes this job much easier, safer, and able to give you the information that you want.
Mhm. That's great. Good. Old business? I have nothing. We have nothing on the agenda.
We got the, you started get the plaque, right?
Yeah. Did we get the years?
It's underway.
What?
Did we get the years?
Years.
The plaque.
Years.
Years.
It's years to put on the plaque.
No.
No.
Trista said she was gonna try to find it.
You gotta go back
Not a
to,
big deal.
For the plaque in the lobby?
we're gonna put in the door.
In the door here.
The door, yeah.
No.
We need to get, we just need to check the
That's
years.
why I had Leah check with you this morning,
Yeah, no, she just asked if it was,
how you wanted it to be worded.
no, she
Well, we
hadn't.
just need the years, how many years she
Years?
served. Yeah.
I still don't. have
Because
that official.
my mother came up with 34 years, but
Yeah.
she's pretty close on things. She's
I
pretty
will
good on
remind
that.
Trista to
You know,
research that.
34?
My mother thinks 34.
Well, she,
Not just
So with
I
that,
think she came on the
Gotta name the
commission
room after
Bobby's
in the
mother.
mid-90s, didn't
I
she?
think she came on in 1990.
Yeah, I think it was back in the
Yeah,
90s.
1990,
So
yeah.
it would be,
34.
Yeah.
34 years. You know? So, So we can find the minutes from 89 and 90, that's all we gotta look at.
They're at her house.
Actually, no, we may have the boxes here.
She's got everything.
No, we may have them there.
I have
They're in her
boxes of records, mostly.
We may have them there. We may find this, you know?
She kept every correspondence.
But that, we are still keeping that, so that's, you know,
Okay.
yeah. I knew that, but everyone, you know, I was just waiting for, I thought Trista would be here tonight, so. But then, we'll find out, we'll have her check. Or we can just go up to the town clerk's office.
Yeah, they must have
Yeah,
a record of when
yeah,
they
we'll
swore her
find it.
in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. That's what Trista was gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New business? Chief, anything? Just except we want to try to come up with a plan to be proactive about a new ladder truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and we are working on the station.
Yeah, we did. I gave the programming
So
to
we
the
can
contractor.
come up with some type of ballpark. We will not be asking in the upcoming budget year for perhaps some just conceptual
Design money.
design money, but not, you know, we've been very fortunate and very appreciative of the support this department's got. Give them a little break, but we really need to continue with the plan.
Yeah, we have to
cannot-
keep the plan.
Can't let it slide because it's
No.
long overdue.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. If not, I'll look for a motion to adjourn at 5:34 PM.
So moved.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned at 5:34.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Brantford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BrantfordTV.org.